Welcome back to Wicked F150. So today's install, we are going to be changing the mirrors. It's actually a wiring harness, and that's all it is. It's for a 15 and up F150 and a 17 and up 250 and 350. It takes the light there, and instead of just the turn signal, it turns it into a running light as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the wiring harness. The wiring harness itself is from Boost Auto Parts. And like I said, it takes this lens and turns it into a running light and not just a turn signal, which I think is actually really nice. I can't wait to get this installed. They do have it whether you have 22 pin or 8-pin mirrors. To figure that out, if you have the little puddle light up there, you have 22 pin mirrors. If you do not, you more than likely have 8-pin. But of course, it's inside on the door. Once you take the trim off on the inside, you can count your pin and you can find out which one you have. If you do have an 8-pin, you will have to purchase the 8-pin to 22-pin adapter from their site, as well as the harness itself to do this to your mirrors. Of course, they also have merchandise, hats, t-shirts, hoodies. But another big thing on their site that I really like, that I'm hoping to get at some point if I ever get tow mirrors, would be their Switchback lenses for tow mirrors. So it's a white LED strip as a running light, and then of course the amber turn signal and all of that. Now of course you can have it amber as a running light as well if that is what you prefer. Then you would, if you already have tow mirrors, you would just get the harness, not the bulbs of course. But I think that's pretty cool that they sell the Switchback lens for the towing mirrors. I think that's really nice. But let's go ahead and go to the install. First, let's take these out of the bag. And these would be the wiring harnesses that you need. So these are, of course, the clips and the connectors that you need to tap into the wires. And this is their harness themselves. You only end up crimping one wire, two ends of one wire that you cut, and plugging in the harness itself. You're going to need a trim tool, or you probably can just pull it off with your hands. I'm going to use the trim tool. Of course, wire cutters, you don't actually need these. You can, these make it easier for cutting the wire that you need to then put into these connectors. But you can just use a knife, pair of scissors, whatever to cut the wire. But you're going to need to, pull the wire out to splice these in. And then I'm just going to use these to crimp them down. So let's go ahead and open the door and get started. So this is the trim piece I was talking about. You can just pry it off with your hands. As you can see, I'm getting my hand in there and it's already coming off. And there it is. So I'm not going to use the trim tool. And that piece is already off. That's all it is. So this is your connector. This is what I was talking about. Just pull the clip here on that side, pull it out, and these are of whether you're going to know 8-pin or 22-pin. So you're going to look at it this way and count from the top over, and then back to the bottom and over. Those are your numbers because you need to know pin 7, 12, and 22 on here to tap into. So the 7 is the one you're going to cut. It's going to be this green one right here. On the driver's side, the passenger side color is different. So just count to 7 to make it easier. And then 12 is going to be down here in the corner. And then, of course, 22 at the end. But that is why, if you have an 8-pin, you'll need to buy the adapter to be able to do that. But we could cut this down a little bit to give us a little more wiggle room. But I don't think I'm going to. Well, maybe a little bit, because I need way more green on that. So let's go ahead and cut this green one and start tapping into the wires. Okay, so now I have the little tape pulled back a little bit farther so I can get more of 7th pin out, because like I said, you need more of that wire. But counted them, start from the top left, go over 7th one. On the driver's side, it is green with, looks like a brownish orangish stripe. But you're going to need both sides of the wire that once you cut it. So make sure you give yourself enough room to use both sides. Let's cut it right about there. If it'll come back one-handed sucks, let me tell you. All right, so that is cut. Now let's go ahead and strip the ends of that off just a little bit, just enough to get it in to that. And then you're going to want to crimp that down. So let's go ahead and strip them now. All right, and if you see here, just a little bit. Just stripped a little bit of the ends to be able to put into there on both sides. And one's input and one's output. So what you want to do is you want to take your harnesses now and plug this into the harness itself, of course, until it clicks. This piece coming off the harness itself is going to go into the one that comes off the harness that plugs into the door. Okay, that's going to go into that one. And then this end, the other one, the blue wire, will then go to the one coming out of the door right there. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, now that we have both of them on, like I said, 7-pin green wire on the driver's side. That wire coming from the plug itself, orange wire from the harness. Then the wire coming from the truck side, blue wire on the harness. Then on your 12-pin, you're going to want to put one of these T adapters on that wire, again, pin 12, and squeeze the hell out of that until it clips. And then on the driver's side, you're going to want to take the orange one and the metal pin inside of there, push it and make sure it connects through the T part there. You don't want to get it stuck on the top or the bottom of the T-clip. So let's go ahead and put that in. All right, and then you're going to want to take 22-pin, the very last one, and put another T adapter on that one. Make sure you squeeze it down until it clips, and then take the black wire and plug that into there. And again, make sure you get the little metal piece inside of these wires here to go in the slot on the T adapter. All right, and you want to push it in the whole way. But that's it. Done. That's all it took. Now, of course, you can take a heat gun or a blow dryer and heat shrink these so they look like, instead of that big old gap, so they look like that end that the company already did. Of course, they heat shrinked that end for you. So that is what you wanted them to look like. Like I said, heat gun or really hot blow dryer, and heat shrink them down. But other than that, that side's already done. Let's plug it in before we close it all up. Pull out the keys and show you how it works. Lights are on, and now so is the mirror. So now these will be on all the time, just like driving lights. And turn signal, of course, it will then flash. Let's go ahead and show you that. And see, it will then still flash. I think that is awesome. I think it just adds more to the truck. I mean, especially even as a running light. And like I said, for the tow mirrors, they have the switchback lenses. I think that's really cool. That way you could have, if you have white up front, you could have white the whole way down. But go ahead and get on their site, boostautoparts.com. The link, of course, for this will be in the description below. So if you want to take a look, grab yourself one. As you saw, it's super simple. It takes less than 10 minutes a side. And it's the same process on the passenger side, which of course I will then do. But the wire colors are a little different on the passenger side for pin 7, I believe. So like I said, make sure you just count the pins. 7, 12, and 22. But side with no running light, and of course the side that has it that's still on the turn signal. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you go and take a look at this product. Like I said, I love it. And tow mirrors, they got you covered there too. Hope you have a great week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See y'all next time.